was, obviously disappointed with the outcome, but I think that our effort and execution and communication, we did a lot of good things Sunday night against Buffalo, and hope to build on that as we keep going forward. And I like where we're going right now. We got a great challenge ahead of us with this group from Washington, and we'll see what happens when we tee it up.
What did you see in your defense as a whole last week that just was different than you'd seen? What kind of step did they take? I mean, obviously that was a pretty big challenge.
I think that was the execution itself, the communication, the one play at a time mentality was there all night. And when you have that in this league, you got a shot. We had a different plan. We hit him with a different counterpunch. I think this is the fourth time we've gone against Josh, and we had a different style of plan, and he's a tremendous quarterback with some great players out there, and it was a great challenge that I think that our guys took that challenge and went with it.
What's the secret and challenge of bringing that back on Sunday?
Well, I mean, I think that once you just got to keep building, and you just got to have the mindset which we've had all year of getting better every day. You just take it one day at a time. So, it's everything just hits just right, and it ended up with. I think we surprised them with some things, but I think we surprised Miami with some things too. It's just we gave up too many explosive plays. But I think that to take something away, you got to give something up. I know that they had some runs there towards the end of the game, but we were taking away the passing game. We limited Josh to 11 yards scrambling, and I think that's I haven't checked, but I think that's obviously low for him. He usually scrambles for more yardage than that. His quarterback rating was down. All those different things that you choose from because of the things that we did, and so to take all that away, you're playing with a light box. So there was a couple runs that we need to play better, but we also knew there was a chance that could happen as well.
Wayne, how much of the improvement of your defense is because of Bobby and his acclimation now to everything you want to do?
That's a great question. I think that it all fits into parts. Bobby, X, Leo, Dex, all those guys, they're starting to gel as a unit. Kayvon, you just keep going down the list of the guys that they're starting to gel as a unit, and they're getting used to playing together. And Bobby's a big part of that too. And I think you're just going to continue to see him keep striding out the way we all expected him to.
Wayne, what are your observations of Sam Howell?
I think he's a good quarterback. I think that each week he improves. You can see that he's getting used to Eric's system, and he is he has some Josh Allen type qualities. I'm not saying he's that yet, but I mean he has those type qualities. He's got great awareness in the pocket, and he can throw the football. So it's going to be a challenge for us.
What do you think? We've seen some big seasons as a pass rusher from Leonard Williams, but he only has 3 sacks in 18 games in your system. Is that because of what your system requires him to do? Do you still think he has that elite pass rusher in him that he once had?
I think Leo is a selfless player. I don't think it has anything to do with the systems. I think it has to do with, different types of games that we've been in. And, it's a little bit different as far as, he's probably facing more runs than he's faced. But he's going to be fine.
What do you think when you see, I'm back to Howell for a second, when you see that he's been sacked 34 times?
Yeah, I mean, he's had some issues getting sacked. So what do you say? What do I think?
But as a defensive coordinator, does that get you excited? Hey, this is an opportunity for us to go out and get after this guy. Like, how do you What's your mindset when you see that?
Well, a lot of the sacks come up from, playing coverage, some different types of coverages to him. But, I like I said, I think there was a lot early because the game was sped up for him. But you can see each week he's getting better, getting rid of the football and, seeing where he wants to go with it. And, I mean, like I said, it's going to be a great challenge. I think Eric's done a great job with him and Bobby, a good friend of mine that I coached with before. He's done a great job with those wide receivers.
Were you aware that Rex Ryan went on the air on Sunday and said, Wink, stop blitzing, it's not working? Were you aware of that, and what's your reaction to it?
Well, that's Rex's opinion. We all know Rex has opinions. The old saying that follows that too.
We say pressure breaks pipes.
Mm-hmm.
Defensively, are you getting enough pressure on quarterbacks through the first part of the season?
I think that in the right situation we are. Yeah, I do. I think that just coming out on the field, people are going to. The first third down we had against Buffalo, they came out and matched protection look, and we played coverage to it. And you can ask Josh Allen. I think we hit him. Zay. We made him an edge rusher, and sometimes spied him. With Zay, and I thought he did a tremendous job, and he was a big part of us holding him to just 11 yards rushing.
Hey, we want to ask you a question about quarterbacks who get the ball out really quickly and how that stresses the defense. When you guys played Miami earlier, Tua's leading the league. He's getting it out in 2.28 seconds. The slowest quarterback is a little over 3 seconds. How much does that 7/10 matter as a defense? Like, how do you feel that?
It matters a lot, because you have to come to a press conference and you say, is this guy getting enough pressures? Is this guy getting enough sacks? And so it matters that way. But they are getting rid of the ball faster. And that Miami offense is, it's off the charts. So some of those, when they go in that jet motion, I'm talking about with Hill or whoever, and he catches the snap and just goes like that, that's considered a pass. So that goes into that figure, that number. And we've already talked about Miami. He's playing at a high level. Tua is.